So it seems Netflix is going to stop working on many TV devices. We're going to run through which ones. Hope you're all having a good week. So far, we cover everything streaming here, as you all know, but it seems as Netflix is updating, there's a lot of TV devices which are being left behind. These devices where you would stream your Netflix aren't going to be working very soon. So I thought I'd run through the list, go through it with you guys to make sure you're up to date. So first things first, if you are a Netflix fan, let me know underneath. Let me know if you use Netflix or if you're just into your third-party apps. It's good to know the information about who's using what so we know what we can cover. I still use Netflix. I use Netflix because I just find it very easy to use. Okay, before we get really into it, first things first, if you're brand new here, do hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. We cover everything streaming here, from watching the Euros to updates on third-party streaming apps, streaming websites, all on one channel. Okay, so what are we talking about? Everyone knows what Netflix is. If you don't know what Netflix is, you know, why are you on YouTube? Because you're going to know what Netflix is. So what's going on? The Netflix app is to stop working on 60 types of TV devices next month, with thousands of people losing access. Netflix fans with certain types of TV will find the app that popular streaming service will no longer work on their device. This is due to an update coming out, mainly because, you know, it's a big application, but they are obviously pushing forward and they want it to only work on certain streaming devices, and obviously they have to keep things up to date. And to work on the later devices, it kind of has to stop on the older devices. But if you're worried about your brand new TV about to be rendered useless for streaming, very unlikely. This is because the affected models are about sort of 10 years old. So if you're using an old streaming or an old smart TV, that model of TV will not work anymore. This doesn't count for if you are plugging, say, a Fire Stick into it or an Android box into it. This is if you are putting it directly onto the device. It also includes 16 different Sony models and 2 generations of Apple TV as well, which will not work. These will be joined by 42 different TV models of Sony TV as well. So there's loads in there. So which models will be affected? So we've got a huge list here. What I will do, I'll link this article underneath so you can double check whether you are affected or not. There's loads in there, okay? It's tricky to use. I know lots of people, they love their TVs. They like holding on to their TVs. And these are the ones which are going to stop working. You've got the S9 series, W5 series, W8, W70, W7, W85, all the way down to all these different 16 TV models being used as well, and a couple of Apple ones in there, okay? So if you're listed in this list, then it's not going to start, well, it's going to stop working by the end of July. So again, options for you guys is get yourself a streaming device, whether it's an OnBox, a Fire Stick, an Android box, a newer Apple TV. You don't have to go out and buy a new TV if you don't want to, but if it's 10 years old, maybe it's the time. But obviously we know TVs cost money. So if you don't want to, you can pick up a Fire Stick or a streaming device for about £30, $30, and then you can still have your Netflix running anyway. Obviously, we have our Netflix running here. I've got it on a PC. It runs on all my Fire Sticks. It runs on my streaming devices. But this is a list, so I'll link this list directly underneath for anybody who's worried about it not working anymore, so you can check out if you are affected, okay? If you're affected. And again, like I say, this is one which will be installed directly. This isn't linked to if you're running it through a third-party device. If you're running through an external device, shall we say, like a Fire Stick or a streaming box. It's just if you have these TV devices. If anyone is affected, let me know underneath as well. And I'd be interested to see when it actually happens and how it affects you, whether you get a warning, whether you get a pop-up. We know Netflix, they don't normally care about you. They just want your money. But if you do get the heads up, it'd be nice to know. So I'll link this article underneath. Check that one out for yourselves. Brilliant. Again, if you are new here, do remember to hit that follow button. Hopefully, some of you guys can share this out for me, because the more people who know, come next month when people's Netflix stop working, they'll be messaging me going, my Netflix stopped working. You know, this is why. So the more people who know, the better. Brilliant. And a really quick word from one of our partners. Before we do log off, do remember to check out IPVanish VPN. If you want a VPN online, this does help actually unlock Netflix so you can get more content. Safe access to use your Netflix, plus you get the likes of different countries' content at the same time while using your VPN. That'll be linked underneath as well. Brilliant. I've been Dr. Squiffy. Everything you need will be linked underneath. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you soon.